Let me finish tonight where Saturday Night Live left off Saturday night. It imagined that Donald Trump isn't president, that we're free to have a government and country of our own. It's good to think of that once in a while, if only to get ourselves set for when that day arrives, don't you think? So let's go. A strengthened, secure Obamacare with ready options for improvement. A strengthened relationship with our Democratic allies, an enduring alliance against the world's despots. An absolute commitment led by the United States to protect the planet from climatic destruction. A reunification of continental United States by state-of-the-art rapid rail, east to west with strong arteries to the country's heartland cities, Cleveland, Cincinnati, St. Louis, Kansas City, Omaha, and Lincoln. An end to the geographic polarization of east and left coasts. A jobs program of massive building that replaces the smell of decay with the smell of construction. A comprehensive immigration program that brings citizenship to over 10 million residents and an effective border policy Americans can be proud of. An end to one-party obstruction in the U.S. Congress. A new mandate that all popular proposals at least come to a vote. A restoration of Supreme Court nominations based on life achievement rather than life expectancy. A Republican Party returned to its values of fiscal responsibility and personal decency. A Democratic Party strongly fastened to its roots as the party of the working people, whose leaders speak loudly and unashamedly for the needs of the people they represent. You can no doubt add to this list yourselves. The key for the country and the resistance to Trump is to have that list, because we may need it sooner than we think. And that's Hardball for now. All In with Chris Hayes starts right now.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.